Okay, alright.
Well, I welcome you to Tigon Media Production again. I'm the volunteer co-founder of Leading Support for Humanity. Leading Support for Humanity has a lot of social enterprise projects under them. We have Basel Athletic Sports Kits. We have Tigon Music. We have Tigon Media Productions, and we have T4B. But we are here today under the umbrella of Tigon Production in collaboration with Wentorum. They are media, digital, technical suppliers, and any performing artists, emerging artists that wanted to get their adverts and promotion on their own fingertips, they should just Google Wentorum and see what they will see. Wentorum, Wentorum. You can't miss it. And then they will teach you how to keep your promotion on your fingertips. Now, back to the studio. I welcome to the studio Mr. Kevin McManus, head of UNESCO City Music. Mr. Kevin, could you please introduce yourself to us and what UNESCO City Music does in Liverpool?
Okay, yes, so I'm Kevin McManus. I'm based in Culture Liverpool, which is part of the City Council. My job is as UNESCO City Music. The role is there's a many different parts to it, but simply the major part of it is supporting the music sector in the city and the wider city region. So work with the Liverpool City Region Music Board. We try to do what we can to grow the sector, try to make the sector inclusive to all communities. So if you're looking for a career in the music industry, you can find a music to do. So that's the majority of my job is working with the music sector right across the city region. So that's businesses, universities, academic institutions, musicians, so every part of the sector, but particularly businesses. And then the other part of it is working with the other UNESCO cities of music. We bid to become the UNESCO City of Music in 2015. So we're part of that network, which means we connect with other UNESCO cities.
That's a wide one, you know. From your own personal experience of contacts and working with emerging artists with your projects, what would you say is the most challenges most of this emerging young musicians face here in Liverpool?
The challenge for emerging musicians, really, it's never been easy, and it's difficult now. I think some of the issues are there's so much music out there. There's so many channels to get music out there. It's difficult to be heard. It's also difficult to know the routes into the industry, which is why a day like today of the open source is really important. It's trying to help people navigate what's really a complex industry. Has become increasingly complex over the last decade or so. So the problem's the same as it's ever been. It's being heard. It's finding the way into a market where people can find out about your music and to do deals. So the market's changed, but it's the same. It's how can you make a laugh?
You're right, because the landscape of music industry has changed over the years, especially with the intervention of digital technology. You know, every landscape has changed. My next question for you, Mr. Kevin, is in what way do you think this music conference, open source like this, will help and enhance the development of emerging musical talented artists in Liverpool?
Events like open source are really, really important. That's why we've supported this with Liverpool Academy. It's some of the speakers today, like we've got some really top level industry speakers who are sharing their knowledge on making really difficult for like a single individual to get in front of some of these people, not because they don't want to speak to young talents, but just because it's difficult to navigate your way through some of their busy people. So to get me here today, just gives a real opportunity for young people to listen to some like incredibly informed people who are very important in the industry and know the tricks and know how to guide people through some of the obstacles and barriers. So that's the main thing. I think also just getting the people to bring the people together is really important. I think in a digital world, having actual physical meetings and space and events like this where people get really personal contact and can speak to other people who may be in the same boat, but share problems, share how they can overcome them, as well as just getting yourself in front of. So the fella, local lad who's in work for Spotify, he's just been talking. If I was a young musician or the young manager, I'd be grabbing him as soon as I come. I'd be asking questions while he's there, but then I'd be grabbing him afterwards, saying what we need to do, and like getting his email. And it's an opportunity it's an opportunity, but it is also you'll have to say it need to make the most of that opportunity. I mean, we've got to ask the questions, we've got to grab the people and make the most of the action. So.
Yeah, is that Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson
from Spotify. Yeah, what you actually said was very interesting, and I believe most of these emerging musicians will learn a lot from that, from his experience. And if I may ask, what would you say you most personally like about your work and position as the head of UNESCO Music City?
The things I like most about my job is it's kind of just what I've been talking about. It's the face-to-face interaction with music businesses, music talents. I'm trying to find out my view on. I've been involved in business support, different around creative digital industries for years, and the only way you really know what businesses are up to, what the problems are, what the opportunities are, is by spending time with them. So a lot of my job is interacting with individuals, with companies, and just finding out what we as music board can do to help do what I can do, what the tour group can do, and that's what kind of gives me the most satisfaction is seeing what we can do to help people, particularly during the pandemic. And a lot of my time during the pandemic was spent. We set up a grant fund to support businesses who've been struggling at the start of the pandemic. Then we had a venues group that met regularly and supported each other with our help. They shared issues and how we were solving them. So it is that. And I think there's something special happening in Liverpool music, and it's how what we do to support it to grow is really important. And so that's the main part. The other bit is I'm still just at heart, I'm a massive music fan. So hearing great new music coming out, there's people like Michael Aldag, the local musician who's on the panel today. I've followed Michael's career since he started on the Academy, and he's a major talent. Amber J's here, Neil Vaccines here, Daisy's here. I love it. Great new music, and I'm then fortunate in that I work with people like businesses or musicians I've known for 30, 40 years, and I also have the opportunity to work with really amazing young talent like Michael and Amber J, they're young, 20.
Right, having said that, Liverpool has got a lot of amazing talent. One artist mentoring at the moment is Joseph. He's a singer-songwriter, he's a folk singer and country music. Yeah, he's here today, and he's a highly talented guy. And I really see folk singers and country music singers of our age here in Liverpool. Then also I mentor Nuno the Man. He's into rap music. He's on TikTok. He's got about 300,000 followers on TikTok. Where he's an actor. He's also a content creator and a sport comedian. He's a man of so many talents. We have Liverpool is blessed with a lot of talent, like you rightly said.
Hey guys, quick one. Would you like to shoot more YouTube or TikTok content? Now, my name is Wendy, and we shoot all these videos of Wentorum Vlogging Kit. If you want your YouTube or TikTok studio in the back, check the link down below and see what it can do to grow your following. Now back to our main guest.
And there is something that has always been pondering in my mind all the time, every minute, every second, about in the music industry, which is when we talk of diversity, inclusion, recognition, equality, and representation. I see it as a very wide subject, but I always ask myself, what is going on in talented, disabled performing artists in the music industry? Not only in Liverpool alone, but as in the whole of the music industry in England and United Kingdom. Because I see these people, not until I find myself in a wheelchair, because I can practically talk about this, not theoretically, right? I find out that they go extra length to acquire the needed talent to master their skills. They go extra length. I've seen friends without hands, they are playing guitars with their legs. I've seen friends without hands, they're playing guitar with their teeth. Blind ones on the keyboard. And we see these people, they face so many challenges, and it's like, what is the big music record labels doing about it? People like Universal Music, people like Partisan Music, people like Warner Music. I think they should have a special department to give these people opportunity to achieve their own dreams and career as well, because there are so many barriers out there for them. Because I am one, and I know what it is when I go to even just a festival. Not to talk of finding my way in the music industry. I think they should try and give them a little bit of support, have a special department that deals with them, train people that work with people with disability and how to handle their psychological, their mental and their emotional feelings and stuff like that. They need this lift. I just want to hear your opinion about what I've just said about this inclusion of the people in the music industry.
It's probably not very different to yours, really. I think all the work I've done personally, the work I use the music for, we try and make sure it's all about quality and inclusion, as you say. You know, it genuinely is trying to make sure that everything we do is open to as many as possible. But in terms of that bigger picture, nationally and internationally, with playing the major labels and other key music industry businesses, I think the only way to change that really is around like a coordinated campaign, which things like the music board could get on side with. It's about getting some of those national agencies like UK Music, the RS. We want to. This is a call that everyone needs to get behind, and I think that's the only way. To be honest, I think it's something that any certainly through the board and support, be it to try and help you bring national tongues on board as well with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, finally, what professional advice will you give between the 16 to 25 years old emerging musical performing artists that are here today in the music industry in general, and meaning Liverpool and beyond? What advice would you have for them in the music industry?
My advice for people is it's similar to Brian from Spotify before. Is the key part is be a good person first and foremost, because you've got far more chance of people listening to you if you're a decent person. But I think the key things are, whenever there's opportunity like this, come out and take advantage of them. You may be shy, you may not like meeting with other people. It's much easier to do when you've got other people around. It's taking out cues you can to meet people from the sector who could help you where you can. There's programs available like Info Academy, and there's Sound Cities who stuff, through GR who stuff. There's lots of programs around. Get on those programs and tools. Again, that helps you connect to other people who might be useful to you anywhere in your career. But just keep on doing it. It always comes down to the music. So keep on practice. Your craft to be as good as you can be, and take advantage of any opportunity to set along. And I think there's lots and lots of different ways to do it these days. Michael Eldridge, one great songwriter, but even kind of needed raps and TikTok and stuff. That's wrong used. And I believe Michael's music would have won too anyway, but he's really talented. Did the same with Amber J. I think there's different ways to do it. And I think find out what's right for you. Always be your real self, because of being authentic. This keys to it. Don't try and be something like you're not. If find it out, be an authentic self and really craft at it. And things like this, end of the new year like this come along, but might take advantage of it.
You've heard it from the horse's mouth. The head of UNESCO City Music said, you gotta be yourself. Just be yourself. Don't try to be what you are not, And thank you so much, Mr. Kevin McManus, for squeezing your time out for us to attend this interview. And I really appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Have you heard about BASK, which is Basel Athletic Sports Kits? Basel stands for Buy and Save Life. If you are buying our hoodies, caps, jogger pants or sweatshirts, you are making a positive difference, as part of our profit goes towards the development of humanity and local communities. Basel Athletic Sports Kits is the sportwear with a caring heart.
Okay, alright.